Hey guys, Breathin' Bricks here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to remove printing and also Sharpie and marker from clone troopers and other LEGO minifigures. So, we've all probably had that time in our lives when we were younger where we marked up clone troopers like this and with Sharpie and markers and all that. And maybe we're thinking about selling the clone troopers, but we can't really do it because you're not going to get as much value when they're all marked up like this. Or you just want to customize them, or usually those are the two most common cases for wanting to get rid of these horrible marks that pretty much just ruin the figure. Or also you're just a collector and you want a nicer looking figure. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So I just got this eBay order in, and a lot of the clones are pretty marked up, and I kind of knew what I was getting into when I bought this. I knew that there were going to be a bunch of marked up clones that I would need to take care of, and so that is what I am doing. So these pieces are all good, just put them off to the side. Alright, so these are the figures that need to be dealt with. So, this is how you're going to take care of this problem. There is something called Brasso, which is a metal polish, and I found this at my local hardware store, so it's a pretty common utility item. And yeah, basically it's just used for polishing silverware and furniture. I think it's more of just like actually like, I don't know, like it gives you some examples here, like a toaster, all that, a bell, just like more like larger things, I guess. But anyways, this is a really good tool for customizers and for actually removing the printing off of figures, and it's also useful for removing marker off of the figures. So also it's not very expensive. It's $4 so for this large bottle, and I've been using it for a while, so it's a pretty good investment if you're a customizer. The next is a rag, just an old rag that maybe you used to clean the house with or something. That's what this is, and it's actually wet, so it was just recently used. But what you want to do is you want to lay the rag out, and there's multiple ways of doing this. Usually how I like to do it, it's hard to actually get it in the frame of the camera, but I like to put it on the edge of a desk or something so that I can actually rub the figure along the towel like this. You can also do it on a flat surface, probably works fine. So let's just start off with a helmet, or actually, you know what, let's do these legs right here. So what you want to do is you do not want a lot of this stuff, and if you get this on your hands, I would recommend washing it off pretty quickly because it's not so great for your hands. So you kind of want to go on an edge. Oops. Basically, this is just the process. You just rub it down on the towel. This is what you want to do, and it might take a little while just rubbing, but if the surface is rough enough, it'll go faster. Vinyl gloves, that might be useful, and actually I'm probably going to go get that, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I got some vinyl gloves, and yep, just keep going. And there you go. So that's pretty much all done, just a little bit more. Also keep in mind the smell is not so great, but if you really want to use your clones, then this is what you're going to have to do. So then you just want to wipe it off, and now I have a pretty much clean leg. So now I would move on to this side and keep going. Now that side's pretty good. So it really doesn't take that long. These legs are almost good enough to use for a custom. And yeah, if you're thinking about selling these, like reselling these, then you probably want to get it fully. Like there's still some reminiscence of some kind of purplish pink marker. Yeah, so, but it's not that easy to tell. So the legs are pretty good. Now let's go on to something more tricky, like a helmet. So helmets are hard because the fin is just kind of weird, and this to get into like that crevice right there. So it's really easy to get the top, but if you are going to paint these anyways, it's not really going to matter. So, but it's still nice starting with a blank canvas. So I'll get. Yep, that almost instantly got most of it off. So you can see this is really effective for getting off marker and Sharpie, but also printing if you want to decal your clones. So it got a lot off. So yeah, I think you guys get the idea. It's just a lot of rubbing involved. Yep, so now the front is pretty good. So yeah, I mean I don't even need to go any further because I'm probably going to customize these anyways. So yep, the next process is just customizing the figures and covering up all the rest of the blue on the guys. So now I can give you an example of a torso. So this torso is terrible. The whole back is just pink marker or Sharpie or whatever they drew on with this. So take the arms off first. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's easier to take care of this. Just go ahead. Actually, it doesn't really take the printing off because the marker is, or whatever it is, the Sharpie or marker is not as thick as the, or actually, it's just not as, it doesn't stick as well as the printing, obviously, because the printing is meant to stay on the figure, the marker really isn't. So it's actually coming off really easily. So if I just do it lightly, then pretty much only the marker is going to come off and not the printing. So that's actually really useful. If I wanted to, I could just present this as a normal clone after I get this all off. Yep, and it's almost perfect already. There you go. It's really as easy as that. And I only put one little drop. I mean, okay, it wasn't teeny, but it was a little like toothpaste size drop of the Brasso on here, and it's just taking care of all these figures. It's rubbed into the towel so you don't really see it, but it's working really well. So I'm gonna say I'm pretty good on that for the most part. There's just one little spot that doesn't seem to want to come off, but I can probably take care of that off camera. So I think you guys get the idea. So yep, that's my tutorial on how to remove all this gross and grimy marker off of your clone troopers and turn it into something more like this. I mean, this obviously isn't the finished product, but you know, that's the back now, and before it was all messed up and looked kind of like this. The legs were, yep. So that's my tutorial. I hope you guys gained something from this, and I hope you guys can improve your customs with this method of removing printing and also removing Sharpie. So I hope you can benefit something from this, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.